Morning everyone. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. We're setting off at 6 today, so I've got up and my porridge is cooking. Needless to say, I'm pretty knackered, but surprisingly and shockingly, my legs feel completely normal. I imagine that will change as soon as I start running. It's a good start because by this point in the Azores 3 years ago, I could barely walk, let alone run. I hate early mornings. Yeah, just these things are difficult for all sorts of reasons, but accumulation of fatigue is definitely high up there. Each day individually is manageable, but all of them together, that's tough. It is 10 to 6 and we are walking to the start line. Esme has just pointed out this should definitely count as extra mileage, making today probably an extra kilometre, as though we needed that. It is a beautiful morning. It's been quite windy today already, which will be nice because actually it gets extremely hot, so having a bit of a breeze will be lovely. And we'll be up high, so if there is a bit of a breeze it will be blustery up there probably. I'm very nervous, but just gonna take it one step at a time. That's all you can do. Oh. I'm with you. Set off, big hike. We actually ran for a bit off the line, so that might be it for today. That was fun. Turns out I am tired, so that's a surprise. We have done 300 meters of ascent in 1.7 kilometers in 23 minutes. Not bad, eh? Took me 30 minutes to get to like, I don't know, half of this distance on day one. So yeah, doing all right. Views on views. We've done nearly 600 meters of climbing in just under an hour. We're going up a nice roady section. I never thought I'd say nice roady section, but at this point, love it. It's taking off the miles nicer than the really technical stuff. Yeah, means we can just power on up for now. We're gonna stop for food in a minute because it's a long old day. Hey! Look at that view. First food stop. The wind, very windy. Runnable! Woo! That wind is no joke. You can see why people get hypothermic at quite high temperatures when it's like that and you're all sweaty. Thankfully we're in a dip again. Woo! Glasses are on though. They are a godsend against the wind.
Hello.
Hi baby. Hi. Hiya. Oh, you are so cute. We gone and done checkpoint 1. We have climbed. Actually, we've not climbed much more recently, so still just over 1,000. And we are doing okay. Just look at the views. We're 17.5k in, just heading down a rocky descent. These are my absolute faves, but I have to say, I'm tired. I find it very hard to pick my feet up, and so I just do this kind of like quite ugly walk run. And if I think about it too hard, I get really worried I'm gonna fall over. She says, tripping over a rock.
Yeah, if I don't think about it, I have so much fun down these. But when I think about it, it's suddenly much harder. And I think also because my legs are tired, they're not quite as snappy as they usually are. But giving it a best shot. Check that view through the trees. Whew. Wait, can you see it? Can you see it? Maybe you'll see it in a sec. Oh, oh, oh. Christ. Those rocks, look. Look at them. Look. We made it out to the rock. The rock. Not the rock. It's a rock. 21.4k done. And nearly 4 hours. And 1,788 meters of elevation gain. And check this view. Hey everyone, we are 16 miles and ooh, that's nearly 26k in. At our briefing last night, the guy who marked the course, or knows the course, said, I don't know why, but it's quite unrunnable. And he was like, every individual section feels runnable, but when you actually try and run it, it's not really runnable. And I totally get what he means. Like, it's sort of runnable if you count like a shuffle as a run, a shuffle and a trip. I mean, either way, it's beautiful. It's really, really lovely. It's quite windy today. So every time we get up to a peak, I practically get blown off again. But nice to keep cool, and I'm feeling okay considering. I'm just trying to keep my head down and get shit done. Otherwise, we'll never make it. We're about a kilometre to a kilometre and a half. Ow! Oh! As I was saying before I nearly fell down the mountain into the forest, we have just a kilometre to a kilometre and a half until checkpoint 3 of the day. We're at just 30k now, which is decent. We've done most of the elevation for the day as well, so I'm hoping that at some point we just go downhill and never have to come back up again, because we finish, well, not sea level, but quite far down. That trip there was really related to what I was literally about to say, which was that there are a lot of trip hazards on this route. And it was, in fact, a route that tripped me up, so how's that for coincidences? Not too long to go though. I have run out of water, so I'm very pleased that we're nearly at a checkpoint. We are hopefully less than 5 kilometres to the end, 3 miles, and we're taking it at a leisurely pace because it's only Wednesday and these guys are doing a hell of a lot more and I'm doing some more. So we're not trying to gun it to the end. Sat down, had a little snack, and we're enjoying the views and some good conversation. Probably one of my favourite parts about these sorts of things is meeting people, chatting, having a generally nice time. And there's something about moving with people, I think, as opposed to sitting across the table from them, that just makes conversation always a lot easier. 44.5 kilometers in. Our last checkpoint, which was supposed to be 4 kilometers from the end at 41 kilometers in, was instead only a kilometer ago. So I was like, oh, that's fine, that means we're just a kilometer and a half from the end. But no, they just elongated the day, meaning that it's, rather than being a 45k day, it's more like a 49k day. So, and we're going uphill again. It was supposed to be all downhill at the end. So I'm having a bit of a sense of haemophilia because I'm extremely done in every sense. And we've been out for 10 hours and 20 minutes and we should be back in the next 10 minutes, but instead we'll be out here for another 30, which doesn't sound like a lot necessarily, but at the end of a day like that, it's the last thing you need. Anyway, I just keep reminding myself to look up because it is stunning. But I think it's an inevitability during something like this that you're gonna be a bit miffed at some point. Finally. Where do we go? Left? Yeah. Yeah. Well done.
That was a tough day.
That was
Good job, Flora.
pretty grim. Well done. How do you feel?
Thank you.
You look great. You look like you're doing really well.
Thanks. I'm flourishing.
You look like it. Well, that was interesting. That was definitely, undeniably, the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I have previously placed all my ultras behind my 2 boxing fights, which were harder. This, however, on top of the last 2 days, but even just today on its own, was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done. I think mentally as well as physically, probably more actually than physically, because considering the amount of running that I've done in the last few days, I feel remarkably okay. My brain though today definitely took a nosedive, and that's what ultra running is. It's really all in your head. I mean, obviously it's a bit in your legs, but once you got the legs there, if you still don't have the head for it, you're never going to be able to do it. And I don't know, today my head wasn't in the best place, but I think I'm just sleep deprived, and that doesn't help. But I did it, and that's the most important thing. Well, sorry, it's not the most important thing, but it's definitely a good thing, and I'm really happy I achieved finishing today, because it's a big deal. And while the distance wasn't anything spectacular, just like under 48k, it was over 3,600 meters of climbing, over 10 hours on my feet, after 75 kilometers over the last 2 days. So what's that? Just a lot of running, innit? I'm gonna go and sit down because I actually can't like string a sentence together, but wow, what a day. It is 8:40 p.m. I've had dinner ×2, and I'm just trying to get everything prepped for tomorrow while it's still vaguely light outside. We wake up at 2 a.m. to start at 4 a.m. for the long day, although thankfully, mercifully, it's flatter than today by like a long way, despite being nearly twice the distance. And that means that we get some runnable sections, which is super exciting. At least it's exciting for me right now. I'll probably want to walk when it comes to tomorrow. But I'm just cleaning my teeth and then getting to bed and having a big old sleep. A small old sleep. We get up at 2 a.m. Morning, everyone. I've been up for an hour. It's currently 3 o'clock in the morning. Sounds a bit mad. It is a bit mad. We are heading off. Well, we got to get our bags out, packed up within the next 40 minutes or so.
and then we set off at 4. It is very, very, very cold this morning. So yeah, all wrapped up. Gonna have to start in extra layers, and then it's gonna feel completely crazy later on when it's like 28 degrees. But gotta keep warm. Anyway, just gonna go and sort everything out, and then we are setting off.
3, 2, 1.
So we set off 4 AM on the dot, running along the road to start with, just trying to warm up really. I'm wearing a lot of layers, to be fair, a lot more than some people. Just trying to warm up, get into it, not take too long, keep moving, keep warm. Morning everyone, we are 8.6 kilometers in to the 4th day. The sun is about to come up. The blackbirds have almost woken up, which makes it almost an okay hour. We've got lots of runnable terrain this morning, so we just sort of ran what we could, which is most of it. Shocker. And now we're just trying to plod on as much as we can. It'll be so nice when the sun comes up though, I'm very excited for that. So we have done nearly 23k in under 3 hours, which is probably some sort of record. Don't know which one. I'm feeling quite tired, as the understatement of the century. I really feeling the fatigue now. We smashed out the first 15k super quick because it was very runnable. Now we're just hiking. Some nice views. I really wanted to be able to do today properly, but like I would usually do a 50k, but it might just be a case of managing myself and trying to get to the end. Well, checkpoint 4, which is the end of my race. You've got to bear in mind that everyone here is running 77 or something kilometers. So, you know, if they can do that, I can do this. Nearly 33 kilometers in. The checkpoint is coming up soon, 3rd one, and I've gone from feeling very bad to very good, and I'm steadily working my way back down to the original state. My hand is about 3 times the size it should be. I don't know what's going on here. So I'm definitely gonna ask someone about that later. It might just be the fact that I'm swinging them for 10 plus hours a day, but definitely not something you want to ignore, because I think, I don't know, I'm not going to second guess it, but health is important. Anyway, slogging around, but just everything is stunning. Everywhere we go. Hiya!
What up? What up?
Hi, baby. No, here. No! So back in the woods. Well, we just had checkpoint 3? 4? Jeez. yeah, which was great. I finally managed to get some food down. Haven't been able to really eat up to this point, so nice to get some crisps, nuts, anything basically that's not sugary but still has carbs in it. Pretzels. And I've left the checkpoint, so I'm gonna finish this because I'm very tempted not to leave. Very tempted. My hand swelling's gone down as well, so I think it just, my hands, even my hands are complaining about running now. So we're now just hiking up a steep old hill. Hey, so it's probably another 13 kilometers until the next checkpoint, even though I only have another 10k to do. 22 miles. I only have another 10k to do until I've done my 4 marathons in 4 days. Ow! But I can't get off the mountain there, so I have to keep going basically until I get to a checkpoint, otherwise I'll just get stuck forever. And so that checkpoint is in here because my body is knackered, obviously, but it's, when they say, what is it? Ultras or running is 90% mental and the other 10% is in your head or something. And it's just so true. Like, if I had allowed myself to stop at the last checkpoint, it would have been great, lovely. But I didn't have any good enough reason physically to stop, you know. There are people continuing their 260k with, like, I'm not saying this is a good thing, but like there are people who are doing it with, you know, sprained ankles and like torn ligaments and all sorts of crap. For me, I'm just a bit tired, you know, and I have a little bit of a swollen hand, but like I'm still here, I'm still lucid, just really tired. But like, mostly tiredness doesn't kill you. Try being a new mum. This probably has nothing on that. And now that the sun's come out, I feel much more alive, much more human. Can't imagine ever doing something like this through the night. Oh, flies. Just, oh, no. Sorry, a lot of flies. Okay, this is not a great time to film. Ah! Sunglasses on. We're finally on a runnable section again, a bit of a descent as well, which is really nice. I'm playing a very dangerous game right now, which is that I literally can't eat anything because when I do, my stomach complains and I can't run. And so since this morning, I had a very big breakfast, but since then I have not been able to eat very much at all. I've had a couple of sugary things and whatnot, and some nuts and pretzels at the last place, but yeah, I haven't really been able to eat very much. And it's a dangerous game because it is a great way of not being able to finish your run and not a great way of feeling great on your run. However, I'd rather feel very hungry and bonky. If you don't know what that means, it's not as rude as it sounds. Actually, it might not be a word anyway. Than bent over double on the side of the path. Try not to shit my pants.
having a sit down. Who knew that 8 kilometers from the end I'd need to sit down, but I'm very tired. The reason I sat down here is because we have that to climb. And I just can't bring myself to do it, so I'm waiting for something. We're not in any rush, so... I've just braved a gel because I'm still sitting here. It's been quite a few minutes. And this has caffeine in, and I think it might be the only thing to get me up the hill. Reduces tiredness and fatigue, both of which I have in abundance. So I've done over a marathon now, but I can't stop because there is nowhere to go. Like, unless I'm getting airlifted out of here, which seems a bit dramatic, I don't have any way of stopping except for going to the next checkpoint, which is one of my favourite things about ultra running, because you always keep going because the only place to go is to the next checkpoint, and that's the only place you can stop. But by the time you've got there, you've got some water and you've got some food, you kind of feel a lot better. So you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll just make it to the next one. You end up never stopping. Except today, I will absolutely be stopping. Sort of regretting not stopping at the previous one. Like, I don't feel great, and it feels a bit excessive to do an extra, whatever, like 8 kilometers. Although in reality, because Tuesday was short, I've got to get 45k to hit 4 marathons in 4 days rather than 42. So either way, I'm going to be going until 48, 49 before I can stop, which at this pace might actually take me 3 hours, which would be less than ideal. But one foot in front of the other, keep going. The views do help, even though I'm kind of too tired to look at them most of the time. Knowing that this place is like one of the most beautiful places I've ever been is a good encourager, motivator, because I'm probably not going to come back here for a while. So I would like to try to make the most of it whilst not feeling too sorry for myself. And she's running, sort of. Look at those views. Woo! Very alpine. So I promised myself I'd show everyone, you guys, all the realities of doing one of these things, from the amazing to the less amazing, although I haven't gone into too many details. I just had a nice little sit down and cry on the side of a very, very beautiful mountain, actually. I've just completely run out of steam, and the annoying thing is, in less than a kilometre I would have hit my target, and then I think I can stop, but of course I can't stop because there's no checkpoint there. So I have to keep going, and I don't know, I think I always want to test my limits, and I find that fun. Believe it or not, I do find that fun. But I think we may have surpassed my fun limit for type 2 fun. There are limits, and a 4th day, or maybe just a 4th early start, potentially, was the limit, was beyond the limit. And that's okay, that's good. Like, back when I did Tokyo Marathon, that was my limit, and I completed it. It wasn't very pretty, but I did it. And then, and then I went to do a 50k in 2020, and that was my first ultra marathon, and I thought I couldn't complete that. I did actually have a great time, to be fair, but I did that as well. And then I did the Highland Ultra, and at the time that was the toughest thing I'd ever done. Didn't think I was going to complete that, but I did that and I did really well. So
you know, reaching your limits I think is important because it shows you where they are, but it also shows you that it's so much further. Oh, I need some sugar and some sleep. Your limits, as I was saying, are a lot further than you think, and until you test them, you don't know that. So anyway, I'd done a 3-day before, never done a 4-day. This is my first 4-day ultra, and granted, it's not the prettiest thing I've ever witnessed, and no doubt you guys will be thinking, what the hell is this girl talking about, and what the hell is she doing, and why is she doing it? But I don't know, I think it's important. Oh, bloody hell. Ugh. I can't even stay upright. Anyway, moving on from my meltdown. Isn't this phenomenal? Isn't it the most beautiful place possibly ever? Lizard. I think so. And I feel very lucky to be here. And there are worse places to sit down and have a breakdown than on the side of a Croatian mountain in a national park with views of the mountains and the sea. So, you know, if I had to choose a normal Thursday versus being able to be out here, of course I'd choose a normal Thursday. No, I'm just joking. Of course I'd choose to be out here because, yeah, I'm so lucky, and I keep reminding myself that. And in fact, I don't forget it. Like, I'm not ungrateful at all for this experience. I think it's a brilliant experience. But it is my limit. I've reached it. I've surpassed it a few kilometers ago. And in 4 kilometers or so, I'll be able to actually sit down and get a car somewhere and sit down for a very long time is the goal. Anyway, that's enough of a rant from me. Time to stop procrastinating and start moving. You'll be pleased to hear that I've perked up again. I wouldn't say that I'm at my most enthusiastic, but I'm moving with purpose, and we only have potentially, there are snakes everywhere here. It's actually really making me jump. I love snakes, don't get me wrong, but like the ones that can actually like injure you when you're out in the mountains in the heat by yourself, like not ideal. Anyway, 3k to go, possibly, depending on where the checkpoint is. It's never where it says it is. And I think I've got some sugar to my brain now. So, yes! So nearly there, so close. So close. Practically smell it. Although 3 kilometers will take me an hour at my current pace. I've just hit 169 kilometers for these last 4 days, which means I've hit my goal that I said I'd do for all of you very generous people who have helped fundraise. Yeah, I did it. I have done it. I've done the bit that was most important to me. The temptation at times to not do it, or to say, I'll quit here and I'll just get some extra miles tomorrow. It's very powerful, but I've done it. Thank you, everyone who has donated. I believe you can still donate. If you can, I'll put the link below, don't forget. And also, to make up for my horrible pain, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I don't do things like this all the time, but I do some pretty cool races a lot of the time. So if you like that kind of stuff, I'm usually more cheery than this, to be fair, so if you want to see more smiling, my channel is still good for you. Just don't watch me do the multi-day stuff. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. I've hit my goal, and thank you. Got music. We have signal. Yes! This is gonna take me all the way to the checkpoint and maybe beyond it. I'll just keep going. No, don't worry. Not gonna do that. Yeah! Let's get it. We're at 49.2k. There is no checkpoint to be seen. Might be a 50k day. But I'm listening to Greatest Showman. Oh, feel like I could go all day. So close, so close. Come on. Finally. How do you feel about doing another 17k? Wait, 27k.
27k, mate. 27k.
27, how do you feel about that?
About as good as I feel about doing 30k tomorrow.
Thank you guys. I'm afraid I can't get up, but thank you.
You're a legend.
Good luck. See you. Well done. Smashing it. I'm done. I've done it. I did it. Oh, I am knackered. It's been, okay, I can't do maths right now, 3.5 hours since I stopped running, and it's taken me this long to be able to form a coherent sentence because I was so tired. Oh my god. It's all smiles now. Wasn't 5 hours ago, whatever. It's fine. This is why we come back and do these things again. It's because you forget how horrific and painful a lot of it is. Like within 24 hours, you get the nice pics back and you remember the views, and then when you're sitting at your desk the next week, you think, oh, if only I was in Croatia running 168 kilometers again. Maybe it'll take 2 weeks for me to get to that point. But it was such an amazing experience. Definite type 2 fun. There was not much type 1 fun to be had. Maybe actually day 2 was an entirely type 1 fun day. I just had the best time. The other days were really about just like slogging it out and I don't know, just giving it my best shot because everything was an unknown. Like Monday was my longest day on the trails ever, only to be beaten by Wednesday when Wednesday happened. And then today would have been also my longest day on the trails ever if Monday and Wednesday hadn't happened. So to put them all back to back was potentially a bold decision, but not one that I made with any knowledge of what this was gonna be like, really. So ignorance is bliss. Although in this case, ignorance is a lot of pain. That is it for this week's vlog. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Also, I'm gonna be posting about all of these days, all of this on Instagram, so just go and check out at Food Fitness Flora on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!